friends. Happy Friday. Wanted to go live with Josh today. Let me invite him. Did not work the last time, so this is actually take two. Okay, I just sent the invite. There we go. Oh my gosh. Technical
We'll
difficulties.
figure this out. Yeah.
Oh my god, happy Friday.
Yeah,
Hey, how
happy
are you?
Friday. How you doing? Good. It's good to
Yes.
hear that you're
I
busy.
I was talking about it yesterday. I posted something that, I prayed for this for so long. It's like God answered my prayer, but and I've been very, very grateful.
And
Believe me, I am very grateful. But I think I hope he didn't give me too much.
there's
Well,
never too
there is
much.
when you're trying to please other
Fun.
people.
Uh, that's a
Yeah.
different story.
Yeah,
A
but
different.
no, it's good. For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean it
Well,
just
I'm,
yeah,
I'm
me
glad.
too. I mean, I hope it lasts. I mean, I guess I'm just gonna enjoy it while it lasts for right now. I think that's all
Yeah.
I can do.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah. It- yeah, because it was a
Well,
real
yeah,
struggle
I
for
mean,
me. So on
it's been
top.
a struggle to get it back since COVID, when the world shut down and birthday parties were non-existent. And then the economy
Yeah.
and, I don't know, but I don't know. I mean, I guess technically, I mean, Etsy could have changed something. It could have changed the algorithm somewhere, but I don't know.
Production and the way everything was
Yeah.
going,
But I mean,
deliveries and
just getting people to
big.
buy things. I don't know. It's weird. It's good. It's good weird. It's like, yeah, yeah.
Well, that's
So,
good. I don't know if you want to talk about the nursing facilities and everything
I
that's
know.
going on
I
there
saw
with
that. In
that.
fact, I
And
had seen another article about that this week. I mean, not as bad as the one you sent me this morning, but yeah, I mean, that's a huge fear of mine, um, for anybody that's watching. My mom is in memory care, at private memory care. She's been there for almost 2.5 years. And, we're doing what's called a spin down, which is basically just going through her entire life savings to be cared for. And eventually that money is going to run out and she's going to have to qualify for Medicaid. And I'm going to have to move her, which I am completely just dreading, you know. So, yeah, but Josh sent me this
yeah,
article this morning and I know it's not good. Now, was that specific to Denver, to Colorado, or yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Because we had something here called Innovage, the PACE program, and I think they shut down. And I think that's the big part of a big part of the problem right now.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
facilities are closing
Yeah.
down.
So I just don't even know.
And then uh, what's even worse now is that it looks like, the politicians want to, you know, do even more cuts on
I know.
Medicare,
I know. And
Medicaid, and all.
I don't even know where that's going to leave people like her. I mean, I don't know how anybody can afford that kind of care long term. I mean, it's so expensive. And they just raised the rates,
Yeah.
where my mom's at the end of the year. I knew it was coming. And, thankfully I was able to get them down a little bit, but it's just bought me all it did was buy me a little bit of time.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. It was sad. I'm grateful for my friend for
Yeah.
taking
So
time.
is it does she in the like does she work in like elder care stuff or no? Okay. Okay.
No. I, no, but I have
Okay.
super
Well, does she
amazing
have any
friends that
suggestions?
um
No.
no. Um I mean, I don't know anyone over there,
Yeah.
like with the laws. Guess each
Right.
state is
Well, I'm
different,
just kind of like biding my time until spring. And then I've been talking to a person that does like placements and things like that, and he found a couple options that will convert to Medicaid. Um, so I'll go have to go look at them, and then hope once if it happens that I move her that it does end up converting because I can't even imagine if I moved her and then something like that happened in the article. It's a scary.
yeah,
It's just a
yeah.
scary thought all the way around.
It's when I had when I had a traditional church, uh, you know, the
I know, and
facilities were
that
pretty
too.
bad
I worry
then,
about.
but it just seems like the situation has
Oh, I know.
uh,
It's horrible. I
become
mean, elder
worse.
care in America, it's the worst. I just found out last week that her cousin passed away, and I guess she was in. They had finally got her out of the house. I mean, she would not accept help. She would not allow anybody to come in and help her. She had dementia, and everything too. And they finally got her out, got her into a facility, and I guess she's doing okay. But then she got COVID. I guess they didn't tell them that there was even COVID in the building. And then she ended up going to skilled nursing for like the Medicare 20 days. And during that time, I talked to her daughter the other day, and she said that they kept her, they didn't even get her up, like let her lay in the bed for almost that whole entire time. And she got pneumonia, and they had to take her to the hospital, and ultimately she passed away. I mean, and it's just horrible. And she is bound and determined. She's a lawyer, and she wants to get a bill. I guess there's a bill here I think here in Colorado to do some change. I know there's huge bills in New York. I mean, there's an organization called Voices for Seniors, and two sisters started it in New York after their mom was in skilled nursing right about the time COVID started. And that's when, Como, when he put all those seniors in the nursing homes with the COVID, and how many of those people died because of that. It's just horrible, horrendous. And they have made huge, huge leap strides, in pushing to change laws and things like that. So something like that could never happen again, get better care, for people that are in care facilities. And so they're trying to do chapters in like all states, but it's hard to get the momentum for people to get behind it, to push it. And I've been trying here in Colorado, but I can't get enough people behind me to help because I'm like only one person. But I mean, that's something that I'm very passionate about
Mhm.
is elder care, because it's a huge problem in this country. I mean, huge, whether they're at home in a facility, wherever. I
Yeah,
mean, it shouldn't be like this. I mean, these people, they've lived their entire lives, and to have it end up like this.
I'm I'm sure there are plenty of churches and advocacy groups. Um, I
Yeah,
could look into that, um,
elder
especially
care.
around
Yeah,
elderly,
yeah,
elder care. Yeah. Um, could, I mean, it's the churches are kind of full with elderly. I think I shared with you my one of my favorite churches. I had 12 congregation members, and I used to call them
Oh,
my
really?
12 apostles, or yeah, or was it my 12
Yeah.
disciples or
Yeah.
my 12
Yeah.
apostles? Either one, I
Yeah.
go back and forth. Um,
Oh,
but they were in their
but like they
80s.
all had their minds and everything, and they were like living on their own, and
Oh,
yeah.
and they ran the church. Um, but they're the ones that
Wow.
helped me turn the church around. weren't they weren't
Yeah.
stifling at all. They really they they became
Oh,
a
yeah.
partner, you
Yeah.
know, with me, and we're very
Yeah.
open-minded, willing to learn, new
Oh, yeah.
I had
Yeah.
so
It's
much fun with
amazing. I
them.
mean, people in their 70s and 80s that have their minds and, are able to do things. I mean, that's incredible. Yeah. I mean, I wish that was my mother. I think about it all the time.
I just
Yeah,
enjoy their
for sure.
willingness to learn new things, like, because and I
Yeah.
don't think they were like that before, though. I gotta say, but
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
definitely a
Well,
gift.
that's cool.
Definitely.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's something that I know coming.
Uh, I that, that's how I learned about the facilities, and
I know. I mean, it's just hard all the
it's
way around. I mean, believe me, it's not something that, I wanted to have to do. I mean, but she doesn't want to live with us. And to be honest with you, I don't think we could do it. I mean, I know there are people that do it, and God bless them.
you, you don't
Oh no,
you
I
don't
ask
want.
her because
I like,
when she goes
like
when she goes into one of her things, like she's going home, and I say, well, where are you going? Because most times she thinks she's at the health club, and that's her delusion. She thinks she lives at the health club, and I said, well, your choice is you can live with me or you can live with Alexandra. That's my niece. And she goes, oh, I'm not living with you. That's what she said. But she doesn't like my husband, so that's fine. Anyways, it's plus the fact I have stairs and there's no way I could get her up and down. So
that's kind of funny.
yeah. Yeah. But it is what it is. So I guess we just do one day at a time and
Yeah, I, I um I find it sad, though, because you know um these are the boomers, like
I
we're going
know.
into the boomers, you know and the boomers is a big generation, like it's um and to neglect them, you know despite them burning their
I
bras
mean,
and
and all this stuff they've done in their life. I mean,
falling
it's
off.
just, you don't think about this kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Boomers is a large generation. It's the largest.
I
They're called the
know, I
boomers for
know.
a
I
reason,
mean, I don't know. I wish they had just thought about it, and made better choices and tried to prepare for it. And it never happened. So what are you going to do? I mean,
Yeah.
how is it? I mean, your mom lives with you, right? Yeah.
Well,
But she has her mind, so.
on how you look.
She's still working.
Yeah,
I can't believe she's still
working
working.
12.
What does she do?
She takes
Does
care
she?
of the elderly.
Well, good for her, man. I, hey,
That's,
that's an
that's what
amazing
she
thing.
does.
Yeah.
She loves it. She loves, I think
Well, it's
she'll do it
probably
till
what
the
keeps her
day
going.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. She loves,
How old is
um,
she? Oh, I guess, I don't know. Does
yeah,
she want you to tell her age? Probably not. Yeah, so's mine.
70s.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's feisty 12 hours a
12
day,
hours. Dang. Oh my
days
God.
a week. She, and then the weekends is four
Wow. Well, it
hours.
probably keeps her going. It's that generation was like, you know, it's kind of like that. They gotta go, go, go. You know.
Yeah, and then when she's here, she's
Hmm.
always doing something. When room, so the thing is when I had the church, when I was traditional pastor, I had the church
Yeah.
provides my housing, um, and so I didn't need um,
Okay.
I
Yeah.
lived by myself, you but when I left the church, uh, I didn't have any housing. But my gift from my mom when she retired was to
Okay. So that's when you
buy
bought
her
the
a
house.
house. My son was graduating. I wanted to make sure he
Right.
had a place that he can call home, and um, so I bought the house with
Oh.
enough land that she can do her
Yeah.
flowers and whatever she wanted, um, and, and that it would have sort of like two floors so that she could
Yeah.
top floor and she didn't
Oh.
have to worry
Oh,
about
that's
like money
cool.
in her pocket.
That's amazing.
So so that that eventually, like later on, if she needed
Wow.
help, I can come and you're you know, but everything just got thrown out the window. I got
Right.
sick and
And then
had
you moved
to,
in. Yeah.
yeah, it was like I had lived with her
Yeah.
since I was
Yeah.
12. I had it with anyone
Oh
since
my
my
God. That
son
must have
left
been
to
an adjustment.
college. Yeah, and he was like
My
16 when he
gosh.
went to college, and so it was like, I was like, I'm
Yeah.
locked in my room. Like, go away, don't talk to me. Why is there so much
And now
noise?
are
Why
you
is there
used to
so
it
much
now?
like,
Now probably you wouldn't want it any other way.
well, it's funny because I have
Yeah,
a
they all come.
therapy chair in my room. Yeah.
I would be
I
cool with like a
have a
multi-generational family like that. I think that's great, you know. I just don't think it would work for us.
no, well, my son and I get along well, and so um,
Well, you know, my daughter still lives at
yeah,
home,
and then
so
when
yeah.
uh,
Yeah, I know.
well, he doesn't
Right,
live with
right,
me. He lives, yeah,
right.
he lives upstairs, and my mom and I we get along for the most
Yeah.
90% of the time, So, and when she gets on my nerves, I just close the door.
I know, family. Can't live with them, you can't live without them.
Goes a little cuckoo. I'm like,
Yeah,
okay,
well, at least you have
goodbye.
your space.
Yeah, but we talk about that. She
Oh,
refused.
I'm
She
sure.
doesn't want to go to
Believe me,
nursing home because she
if I
knows.
had another choice, I mean, if she had had the money and you know the house was free and clear, I mean, she'd still be in her own home right now. But then again, maybe she wouldn't because, you know, my grandparents had the money to do it, and they couldn't keep my grandmother there because she wouldn't was so mean that they couldn't keep the help. They couldn't get enough people to come in and help her because every time she'd get so mean that they'd quit. So, you know, so
Yeah,
what are you gonna do? I
it's
mean, in
sad.
that situation, it's hard all the way around. You know, if whether they're in a facility or if they're at home, and somebody you're taking care of them. It's just, what you want is you want them to be healthy and have their mind and be able to live their life.
Thing is that they're not the only ones that are there.
Well,
There are
that
people
too,
with
yeah.
disabilities, because I was going to be put in a
Right.
nursing facility. Up to the hospital, I would have been
Yeah.
put in a nursing facility. But my family, my mom and my son were
Well,
absolutely, they
that's
were
the
like,
situation we were in
absolutely
with my
not.
sister. I mean, when she, they were trying to get her rehabbed enough to be able to go home, and it just wasn't happening. And, she still had that trach and, everything, and her options to go home. I mean, it would have been nearly impossible to try to give her home care, and her only other option was to go to a Medicaid facility, and it would not have been good at all. I mean, that was a terrible situation. So you are majorly blessed that they were able to bring you home and give you care.
Oh, yeah, my
Yeah.
mom was like, I don't care, home. And my son was the
Yeah.
same way. My
Yeah.
son's like,
Well,
no, you're
I was
coming home.
like that
I
at the
like it.
very beginning, when I don't know what hospitalization it was, but this was right in the beginning of COVID, and she had IV antibiotics and they wanted her to go to skilled, and I absolutely refused. I said, there's no way I'm putting her in a facility at this point, and I brought her home and I did the IV antibiotics myself. I'm not a nurse. I was scared to death, So I literally panicked. I just was so afraid I was going to kill her. And I brought her home and I did it myself, and it was hard, but at that point there was no way I could do it, but it was still not good, I mean, I couldn't even keep her in the house. But that was different, I mean, that then again, you're dealing with somebody that's not cooperative, so I'm sure you were very cooperative.
Oh, yeah, I have, I
Yeah.
did have like
Home
a
health.
nurse's aide and,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah, home health. I have a hospital bed, but I have like
Right.
my family bought it for me, so
Yeah.
it doesn't look like a
But you
hospital
had like
bed, but
your
it is.
mom and your son, right, at the time. Was you? I mean, you had there was a couple of people there helping, right? It wasn't just one.
I had the home health
Right.
aide. I had
But I
all
mean,
the
at home, it
services.
was your mom and she, because you were living together at the time, right?
Yeah, they they made their schedules
Yeah.
work
Yeah.
fit
Oh,
me,
I mean, I wish we could have done
so
it. I mean, the other thing that kept us from doing it for her is, they're running a daycare out of their house. And she absolutely refused to shut it down, and I was like, there is no way you can come home to that and need the amount of care that you need and have 4 kids under the age of 4 that aren't even yours. I mean, it was insane. It was insane. So
yeah, yeah.
it is any way
It's
around it. But yeah,
difficult.
that's something that I'm very passionate about, and whatever you can find out about elder care. I mean, I don't know if anybody, I mean, we got a couple watchers, so hey, everybody, like, if,
Yeah,
yeah,
been a few that have
yeah,
strolled on,
yeah.
probably a
So if
few more
anybody's
people,
like has
and then
somebody, elder person that needs help, stay tuned. Okay.
right, it's rare. All right, gracious and sustaining God, we thanks for the opportunity to have a conversation, even if it's a difficult topic. We thank you for being present with us. We ask that you continue to be present with us, even in the most difficult of conversations, even when we don't have the answers. We ask that you give us the wisdom and the knowledge. We ask that you bring those that need or need to teach before us, gracious God. We ask that you surround us with the mercy and the grace that we need in order for us to continue to walk the path that We are all called to walk. We ask for prayers for all those in these facilities that are powerless, that are unable to speak for themselves. May they find an advocate. May they be watched over. May they be cared for. May they have that mercy that they need. May those that are hurting them, their hearts be opened and not closed. Their frustrations turned into patience. Their hate into love. And their work into merciful work. Pray this all in your
Amen.
glorious name. Amen.
Well, thank you.
All right. All right. If no one's told anyone watching that they're not loved today,
Me too.
I love them. All right.
All right. Well, have a good weekend,
All right.
everybody. All right. Talk to you
Good
soon.
day, Terry. Don't
Yeah.
drive yourself too crazy, okay? And I'll find out more information and try to find out if there's any groups or advocacy groups.
Oh,
I
it's
don't know.
fine.
I
No
don't do
rush.
weekends.
No rush. Like I said,
So,
I'm trying to make it till spring.
but
Okay,
I'll
sounds
see
good.
what's going on.
Sounds good. All right,
Um,
talk to you
all
soon. Okay, bye.